All right, Kbands Live 144. We're going to be hitting a lot of different muscle groups, but we're also going to be talking a little bit about intermittent fasting. Set this drill up real quick with the lateral raise seated as well as the side raise with the fusion cables on the bottom. If you're not set up or anything, go ahead and pause the video and get out your dumbbells. A little bit lighter weight, 15 to 20 reps on the lateral raise, and then the fusion cables will be mounting a medium level resistance band so we can get that good extension with the straight arm. Match my reps and sets, and let's keep it pace going through this workout. As I discussed just a minute ago, I wanted to mention a little bit about intermittent fasting. That'll be our topic today as we work out. So I'm going to try to make it brief, and I'm not going to try to get too long-winded, but I want to go over some of that. Oftentimes you'll read about intermittent fasting is a big game changer when it comes to body fat. I've actually done it myself for about 6 to 8 months and tracked every calorie I consumed and all my exercise calories. And Carl, my workout buddy, did it as well. And to be real honest, the results that we got were very similar to other strategies of calorie restrictions. By eating 5 meals a day, smaller types of meals all day, we did that for about a year as well, and our results were really basically about the same. I think the interesting thing that we learned is that intermittent fasting kind of opens your eyes to protein requirements and how it is not as necessary to just pound protein before bed in the beginning of the day. As long as you're getting in adequate amounts, you're going to get the same types of results. And that goes into showing a little bit about breakfast as well. You know, you've always heard breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, intermittent fasting is you're basically going to skip a meal in the beginning or the end of the day. You're going to be eating in a smaller window of eating. Normally, intermittent fasting suggests that you move towards the end of the day, that 12 to 6, 12 to 8, more advanced. Intermittent fasting people will go from a 12 to 4 or even 12 to 6 window. If you're a beginner, it's suggested that you maybe go from like an 11 to 7 type of a model. But if you notice, a looser intermittent fasting is simply just pushing back the breakfast and making sure that you don't eat late at night, keeping those levels nice and steady and low for more hours out of the day. Our results were basically all we learned was that if you're eating small and you give your body the ability to digest the foods that you're eating, it's really going to be the same results. The way that I've preached things, the way that I do things is what actually is physically possible to do in your everyday life, and a little bit more of the science and the weightlifting side of stuff, but like what is actually possible? You know, we can do intermittent fasting, we can do all these different versions of stuff, but we have weddings, we have things we have to go to. So what is it that truly works? You know, that's kind of what I wanted to get into a little bit with some of these discussions towards the beginning of the video. So to wrap it up, getting a little long-winded, intermittent fasting, should you do it or should you not when you're looking at lowering body fat? I think the general rule of thumb after tracking all of the calories that I consumed and the exercise that I was putting out, it's very easy to see that intermittent fasting, just like many other types of diet platforms that teach you to eat smaller amounts and spread out those meals, or even just keep a lower quantity, it's real simple. You're just eating less food, and if you're hungry, you eat a little bit of food, and then you keep it on those lower ends. That's basically the same principle. Now, some of these intermittent fasting guys will tell you, you know, you just eat tons and tons of calories, but I'll tell you, even if you eat tons of calories in that small eating window, you're going to gain weight. There's no doubt about it. So eating small, whether it be in a small eating window or eating small throughout more hours of the day, you're going to get very similar results. So please do not stress about this. Millions of different weight loss types of deals. If you want to be practical, if you want to get results in a real life scenario, eat small each and every meal, walk away. If you get hungry again, come back and eat some more food. It's not rocket science. All right, enjoy the rest of the workout. I will break down the next group of exercise and try to be really brief so you guys can turn up some music and enjoy the rest of the workout. Okay, we are adding just a little bit of weight down on the level 5, I believe is what we got on the low end there. And we're going to be doing a cross pullover for our chest, and we're going to combine that with the dumbbell flies. Easy to set up if you're at home. Let's get rocking and rolling right into it. You're going to also want a little bit more weight if you're getting into the flies, but you can adjust that in between sets. One other quick piece that I really wanted to mention is one of the downsides of intermittent fasting that you may find yourself is that it really teaches you to eat more at any given meal, which makes it much more difficult to eat small when you're not in this eating window. And what I mean by that is if you're doing a 12 to 6 p.m. eating regimen and you're trying to get in 2,000 calories within that time frame, it kind of teaches you to eat really large meals. Well, if you're eating healthy foods, these large meals won't hurt you. But on the other hand, if you have an off day, off weekend, on vacation, and all of a sudden all of your meals are now this big because that's how you've grown accustomed to eating, you can really get into some big problems. That's what happened to me. Coming up towards the holidays, we were doing this intermittent fasting deal, and all of a sudden I'm eating large quantities of food because that's what I'm used to eating in that intermittent fasting deal. If you're eating the wrong foods, all of a sudden you get yourself in trouble in a hurry. So last I want to say with intermittent fasting, let's move on with the rest of the workout. Turn up the music a little bit and let's get a little better rhythm here. All right, we're setting up bis and tris here. Turn your bench around, and we're going to go in an inclined position with a wide bicep curl. We're going to be doing a little bit of heavyweight to lightweight, so get some dumbbells out. Get something a little bit heavier, but you want to be under control. You're going to pin your elbows against your side, and you'll do a bicep curl. Over on the fusion cables now, we're going to be doing this superset, bis and tris, as I said. We're going to be doing a single arm extension above your head. So you want to drive that elbow up and have it at a good parallel angle to the band itself. So notice how Carl's elbow over there matches that. But anyway, back to the bicep curls. We're starting out with lighter weights. Probably going to move up in weight here in the next set to come, but always want to warm up the muscles a little bit. So these are probably like 25 to 30 pounds here. And then we're going to drop down into a little bit heavier weight here in just a second. If ever you are using too light a weight, don't really worry about it. Just do more repetitions. You've got to learn how to squeeze the muscle and focus and get to failure no matter what weight you use. You really don't need to struggle so much with trying to lift extremely heavy if you're just trying to get some good muscle definition. It's always more about failure. Now, it's harder to stay locked in with your head. If you're trying to get 20, 30, 35 reps to hit failure, that's where you kind of get that law of diminishing returns. You aren't quite able to stay locked in that long. That's where some of that stuff is more difficult. But if you can increase time under tension and really keep it in the muscle, you're going to get way more results. So play with that weight a little bit and never be too worried about going too light, and then continually add a little bit of weight as you get moving, and then challenge yourself, but it's always on a muscle basis. Triceps here, pretty easy, going back and forth each arm. All right, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this workout. Going to be great for the upper body. And if you don't like some of the other talk that I've been putting out there, hey, let me know. I think it's going to be fun trying to get through different topics that have helped me and Carl get some great results. So if you have any questions or you want me to dig into some other topics, please feel free to leave comments in the under the video, and we'll take care of you. Enjoy the rest of your workout.